you back into this bracket 2 for Saturday night, coming up to the line. We've got the Camaros coming up to pair it up here in bracket 2 for Saturday night.
And we are live on Facebook.
There we go. We needed some excitement here to get everybody pumped up in Michigan. Mark Smith's 81 Camaro out of Pontiac, Michigan. Dialing a 697 live on Facebook. And Kyle Kidder, 79 Camaro out of Thompsonville. Vipers on the tree for Kyle Kidder. I can perform 20. Old 14, number 9, 170. Kyle Kidder running a 769 on a 767 at 84 miles an hour with the 014 light.
So Kyle Kidder, our first of the 8 competitors to head to the $1,200 semifinal round.
Scott Allen, 69, El Camino from Mesig, Michigan, dialing a 648. Bob Booston, 75, Chevelle with a dial of an 867. Pushing up in your highest performance lane.
This is a continuation of last night's race. We had that rain delay. We're back in it.
Vipers on the team, both drivers there, breakout. The Bob Bushin's 866 and an 867. Broke out by just about 5,000ths of a second. Taking the win.
Yeah, Scott Allen broke out by 800ths there. Just one time trial not helping him out.
Stacy Bigelow, 69 Camaro out of Madden. Up down your all automotive lane with the dial of a 607. Dale Marlin, 63 Ford Falcon from Bear Lake. Clocks up of 590. Both drivers launch with red lights. Dale Marlin will take the win. 005 red running a 591 and a 590 at 120 miles an hour.
So far it's Kyle Kidder, Bob Bushin, and Dale Marlin heading to the semifinals. Let's see who our final semifinalist is going to be.
Phil Gunther's 86 Jeep from Beulah, 7.63. That's the dial for Lumberjack Meyer, Father Son Racing, Kirby Becko, and Kidder Electric.
Joe Knockhart from Armada, the 74 Honda Joe. Your by run holder, but we have an even number of entries here.
Oh, I'll tell you, that bike has been hitting some trees. 008 for Knockhart. Phil Gunther, 040 win is going to go drag bike right on the dial.
008 and dead 9 for the bike. Takes the win, holds on to his by run. He'll have lane choice in this semi-final round matchup in the $1,200 to win Absolute Auto Repair Bracket 2. Let's have Pro Systems Bracket 1 racers. Pro Systems Bracket 1 semi-finals to the staging lanes. 3 racers remain. Brad Harris is the by run holder.
Well, I'll tell you what, Joe took off right where he left last night. He had numbers, he was running dials, and really right on the tree. Probably the best series of reaction times out of eliminations from Saturday was going to that Honda drag bike. It just went down to Knockers out of Armada, Michigan, which is over by Port Huron, all the way to the opposite side of the state. And man, he is on a roll this weekend.
Yeah, I'm not sure what his normal mile per hour is there. He got a 93 mile per hour there, so I don't know if he's on the brakes or not, but regardless, he was dead on his dial with a 9.
And for his time run, all he did was do a 60 foot and then shut her down and went through about 50 miles an hour.
Yeah. Well, he was right there in the tree, 008. That's probably why he's the by run holder, because he's been hitting the tree pretty good. So that was $75 losing out in that round for the 4 drivers that lost. The winners move on to the $1,200 to win semifinals. Semifinals will pick up what, Rebecca? $150 guaranteed for the 4 racers minimum. So the ones that go out next round. Yeah. Once again, we need bracket 1.
Came from that big pile.
Yeah. Right through here. It was peeling all around. Big chunk.
Is that from the yesterday that comes up like that?
Bracket
Yeah,
1
big
racers.
pile back there.
Round 5, semifinals, last call.
Starting like that this way.
Wow.
It's got a 24 inch disc blade. Like that,
We got a comment on Facebook. Stephen Perez says, almost to Mesik. Be there shortly. Stephen coming from downstate.
Sleeper brush?
He's down at the Martin Midwest Bracket Nationals. Steve, unfortunately, losing out early this morning. So got him on the road quickly so he could get here for the NMD race.
Great.
You set it down on the line and shows a couple of them. Because really got away. I actually just become tired of
So we need Steve Tennant and Brad Harris.
Concrete when I need to. After this week, it's going to need it for next week. Hopefully, we'll get through today without it peeling. That's why I did the hand spray. I didn't do the tractor spray on the concrete.
I don't think this is going to fill any check for it.
No, it's going to be, they'll stay locked in back there today. It may throw a few to get, at the beginning.
If anybody go to Milan anymore, I just don't hear anything about Milan.
All right, I see Steve Tennant on the way here, and as well Brad Harris.
Yeah.
Yep, I know Whitaker's here already. So it's going to be the Red Baron Dragster taking a bye run. It'll be between the Camaro and the Mustang to see who meets him in the final. Loser picked up here. $100 for a loser this round.
Last time I was down there was 25 years ago. It was such a shithole. Going to the burn box was all mud.
So the beer's got new owner.
What about that?
Some guy at Flint. Somebody said the name, I don't remember that. Who's that?
Which car? Okay, Brad Harris is supposed to back out his car.
Whoever wins this race got a good chance to win it all. Because if he's hurt,
Charlie, did you hear that? Figured out a way to joint owners or something.
You can sell it, be 10% owner.
That's okay.
Or whatever, it's probably a law, it's probably a rule, so percentage.
The one thing with all those tracks is running time, is they've got 10,000 feature sheets.
all right, here we go. Semi-final round. Pro Systems Bracket 1.
How many glitches have we taken out?
Oh, yeah.
Round 5 semi-final. Driver's coming for $700 to win tonight. Steve Tennant. Ford. Bring him up, please. Dow's with a 637 here in the All Automotive Lane. A pair of Muskegon cars. One of them's going to the final. So it'll be the 68 Chevy Camaro for the Canary Inn. Tom Whitaker from Muskegon. 555 cubic inch big block Chevy, 543 dial-in. The winner of this race faces Brad Harris in the Bracket 1 final. Better bulb going Chevrolet 007 to an 043. It's going to be Tom Whitaker, 68 Camaro, dead 3 with a 007. That's an 010 package, folks. And he heads to the final. And Brad Harris has to have better than 007 or it's going to be Whitaker with lane choice. Whitaker will have lane choice. I don't even need to look at the light. Solid green before he left. So it'll be Tom Whitaker in the Camaro with lane choice with his 007 reaction time. We'll be taking on Brad Harris in the Red Baron here in about 15 minutes. Let's have our pro trophy. Round number 5 to the staging lanes.
So Brad Harris for his buy round, he just powered a 253 back out and he's ready to go.
We have 9 racers remaining in Pro Trophy. The buy run will go to Ben Wenzel. So So Ben Wenzel stays at the back of the pack. Ben Wenzel is drawn for the bye run in round 1. We've had an even number of entries every single round. And guess who gets the bye run in round 5, Kurt?
Sounds good.
Ben Wenzel. Yep. That's the perks of winning while you have that bye run intact. And he's been doing a lot of winning this weekend. He picked up the $500 win at Street Night Friday night.
Don't US Facebook break on those? Nobody said anything.
Well, we got our Facebook watchers out there. 21 people right now. We just popped it on without warning, and we got 21 viewers or 22 viewers already on Facebook here for Northern Michigan Dragway on Sunday. Hello to all of our viewers. Don't forget to send us a message. Let us know what's going on around the state or wherever you're racing.
We got a lot of racing going on here today. We're going to be out here till at least midnight. We're just now getting started for the day.
Logan, Tennessee.
From Bama. Roll Tide.
One run of my best is back off the ground. When we first started running juniors, it would take 15 minutes to run 3 cars. I was run all fast in 15 minutes. So they got a lot, they figured it out.
And he's on his way. All right, we've got all 9 cars either here or on their way. The Chevelle come up in the back of the lanes. He's our 9th entry.
You know, like the race down at Martin. Well, you know what they do though?
Sorrento, Louisiana. Hello.
Let the buybacks run each other.
Colorado, Alabama. Who was that first one, Kurt?
Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Well, that guy
More
got
people watching. More out-of-staters watching. Please. That's just the ones. Some people are shy and don't say
Still
anything.
have to be somebody that gets that. I mean, that's one way to do it. And it would take-
Bruce Douglas. Good to see you. Says he's watching from Colorado. Man, do I miss NMD. Bruce, former track champion in, I believe, junior drag 5 or 6 years ago. And here we go with our RET Pro Trophy, round 5 action.
So again, if you're just joining us, what happened again Saturday night? About midnight we got rained out, and you're back in our eliminators from Saturday night. David Evans, 72 Monte Carlo for Fortress Security, Nugent Ace Hardware. Out of Benzonia, Michigan, 878. So dialing your all automotive lane. On the Hikers Performance side, that's Dustin Sansero, 89. S10 pickup from East Jordan, dialing at 709. We're going to take her down door to door to the big end. Dave Evans, 071, Dustin Sansero, 055. Wins the go to Cicero, running right on the dial, 709 with an 055. As Towers side broke out, running an 872 with an 8 at 76 the mile per hour.
Man, what's with all these cars running dead on their dials this morning? Cars and
What a
bikes.
great way to start. James Persinger, the big 79 4-door Fleetwood from Free Soil, smokes it out at 830 dial. Don Heinz, 85 Camaro from Grand Rapids, Michigan, looking for a 765. Oh, James took a nap on that one, 234. Don Heinz with the 076. This one's going to be Don Heinz 766 on a 65 as Persinger got there first and broke out 827 on an 830 dial. Rob Vanderwater, 84 Dodge Dakota for Anderson Horsepower and Steve's Repair out of Cadillac, 861 Towers side. Rob Cerny, 2015 Challenger for Bel Air Auto Repair, Auto Value Certified Service Center, and Auto Value Parts Store at Bel Air, 1,785. Vipers on the tree, Vanderwater, Mopar truck, perfect light. To Rob Vanderwater, 863 on an 861 for the win with a perfect triple O reaction time.
So Rob Vanderwater with a perfect light, really odds-on favorite for that bye run next round when there's going to be 5 remaining. The winner of this race has to have better than a triple O with a 5.
With a 5, oh yeah.
In order to unseat him.
Well, not like we haven't seen that happen, but it could happen.
Let's have our street trophy final. Bring them.
Jim Bacon 79 Z28 for Dyer's Sawmill, BNC Bison Farm, and the Nataka Tavern out of Luther, down a 650 with a 136 light. Ron Carpenter 70 Chevelle from Ancelona 264. This one's all Jim Bacon 660 on a 650 at 93 miles an hour for the win. Byron.
Yep, Byron. Byron here for Ben Wenzel Jr. Bring him up. So we need our street trophy final to the staging lanes now, please.
Well, for those of our Facebook Live viewers, we got quite a crew watching today already this morning. You are missing some beautiful Michigan weather. It's about 93 degrees, sun shining. We're enjoying daiquiris in the tower.
I don't think it's quite that. I think it's about 85.
Ukulele music in the background.
Maybe you were taking the temperature behind the exhaust of the dually.
That might be that hot on top of that timber roof. Ben Wenzel Jr. The 88 Mustang runs 1047 on a 1051. 067 reaction time on the Byron.
Derek Inman says they're going to be bringing the Flying Beetle up here this summer. All right.
What?
Really? Derek? Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Time for time trial, man.
Bud Roof says that he's watching from the pit area. He's probably got air conditioner going in his motorhome over there.
Flying Beetle, that'd be great to see.
Good luck doing the time trial.
Once again, street trophy final. Bring them up.
What's after that? Bracket 2?
Bracket 1 final.
Many years of Flying Beetle.
Is there anybody that's still in has a junior involved? Or involved in juniors?
I don't believe so, no.
We took the Byron. Rob Vandewater has the next one.
So yeah, Rob did hold it with that triple. Rob Vandewater will have the Byron with 5 racers left when we get back to Pro Trophy. Yeah, perfect light.
Hey, can me and him be worked as a team? I have an emergency at home and I have to go home. You can't race my truck.
I've got to drive around a little bit this morning. Brian went to Manistee, Necoma, and Portage.
Well, you can.
Man, this is some beautiful.
Are you going to race your
beautiful
own
area.
entry this weekend?
Up
Just
along the
his?
shoreline, if you haven't been here, Northern Michigan Dragway, only about 20 minutes maybe
As long as
at
it's
the
the
most
same
from the
vehicle as
shoreline.
you
Same vehicle, same numbers.
But it's
Nice
just
one.
beautiful
Yeah.
trees, all the hills,
Yeah,
the
okay.
Lake
Just
Michigan.
get All right,
If
thank
you
you.
haven't
don't get a
been here
chance
before,
and it
and I'm
comes up with
announcing
his
that
name,
for our
you-
Facebook Live crowd.
You can get in there to get it done.
You guys that are here know most of that.
Yes, you do have
Absolutely.
that.
So we got our street trophy final up here. Let's have our bracket 2 racers round number 6 to the staging lane semifinals. Absolute Auto Repair bracket 2. Bring them back up, please.
Give an early shout out to our great sponsors for the weekend for the Bonfire and Salute, Grand Rapids Machine Repair. Don't forget we got top door slammer eliminators today.
Oh yeah. Admission. Someone's asking what the admission is. $15 adults for the day. See over 10 hours of racing.
Got it.
10 hours. Yeah, that's a long time.
I gotta tell you about the paper plates. Right after this one, paper plates. Don't forget.
I got stuck out, all the repair papers, all the hand towels in place, both sides.
This is your street trophy final.
Here we go, Street Trophy Final, Saturday night.
That's the hard part.
Jimmy Thomas in
25.
1989 Chevrolet pickup. Forgot Drill Racing April Ray Photos out of Bear Lake. The dial is a 980. Scott Swander will be right there with that 70 Challenger. The almighty Mopar to Benzonia dialing a 950. Also for April Ray Photos in Plum Dirty Racing. Up down your High-Disc Performance Lane.
$75 for the winner, 25 runner-up, plus the trophies. The special Bonfire Salute trophies.
Swanner's got the better ball, 083. Thomason's pickup, 117, door to door. Oh, on a breakout win is going to be Jimmy Thomason. Tower side in the pickup as a 70 Challenger ran a 939 with a 5 on a 950 dial, running super fast with the 083 reaction time. Jimmy Thomason ran a 997 on a 980. Yeah, boy, both of those guys were off at opposite ends of their dials. One up, one over, and one under.
That's what was happening one day when plugged in. They were never shut on the lights on.
So that will complete our street trophy from Saturday night. Congratulations to Jimmy Thomason race team out of Bear Lake. Scott Swander, the 70 Challenger out of Benzonia. The runner-up from Saturday night street trophy.
So anyway, paper plate.
Well, I got to tell you the paper plate story. So I go through Manistee this morning, and I've got a couple in front of me driving around in the Suburban. And they keep pulling up and running up to these telephone poles and stuff and putting paper plates on the posts with tacks and Scotch tape. Husband's driving and the wife is running the plates. And I thought, well, what are they doing?
Probably, if you know where the yard sale is.
Well, it's a yard sale.
Oh.
But I mean, so I had to, even with my passenger side tires on the curb, you cannot read what they had on that paper plate. They must have been up all night. So I had to stop, and I didn't think to take a picture, but it says garage sale, had the address, listed almost every item they had for sale on each of the paper plates. So even if you were walking by at a slow pace and ran into the pole, you wouldn't know that that was a garage sale sign.
You never know. They might sell out of all their items.
Man, I had to follow them around for a couple blocks just to laugh.
We're not marketing geniuses like them, Kurt. All right.
Well, then I wanted to go to the garage sale.
Yeah.
Here is your bracket 2 semi-final round. Was it 150? 150 bucks to go out this round. Kyle Kidder, 79 Camaro, Thompsonville, for Kidder Electric, Northern Lawn Maintenance, Kirby's Backhoe Service, Lumberjacks Bar, in memory of Corey Lee Gunther. He dials in with a 763.
Bob Bush at 75 Chevelle up down your highest performance lane with a dial of an 865.
Jim says that's basically
Back into it with the door slammer. Hey, we're going to take her to the top end, door to door. Both drivers right there. He's going to go to Bob Bush at 75 Chevelle 867 on a 65 039 light. Breaking out, tower side is 761 and a 763 dial with the 043 reaction.
Congratulations, going to the $1,200 final, Bob Bush. And he can't get out of 4th round in street trophy, but here he is going to the final in bracket 2.
Dale Mardlin, 63 Falcon out of Bear Lake with a 590. Honda Joe Knocker, 74 Honda with 0741. Look at these lights, 012 for Dale Mardlin, 024 for Knocker. Wind's going to go to Dale Mardlin running a 591 on a 590. Knocker, 742 on a 41 with an 024 light, not enough to win that round. Man, that was a tough
He
one.
cut 3 miles per hour. I think he might have gave it back.
He might tonight. That's 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, Dale going to his 2nd final in 2 weeks.
He pretty good motor ran last week.
All right, bracket 1 final.
Yeah,
Let's have our bracket 1 final round of the staging lanes now, please.
It'll be back in 17.
We're still on.
That means he's really.
Once again, Pro Systems bracket 1 final round. Bring them up.
Just a final?
Yes, Dan Davis, we're racing tonight. We'll be all here till at least midnight. We're just getting started. This is
Getting
just
started. We haven't even started.
We're just finishing up last
We're
night's race
finishing
right
last
now.
night.
We raced all night long. Bench racing. We had a rain delay last night. That's what we had to pick up where we left off last night. That was a really nice bonfire out there, though. Tell you
Beautiful.
what, those guys had that thing stacked up over 6 feet tall. They threw a half gallon of diesel on it and let her go.
We were watching from the tower Google Earth, and you could see when Brian lit the bonfire on Google Earth. True story.
Dale, bracket 2, thank you.
Is that when they put the truck tires on?
See, people don't know. They think that's just a really bonfire. That's how you get rid of all the stuff. The old tires.
But yeah, we're getting ready to start time trials for day 2, evening 2 action. 4th annual bonfire salute brought to you by Grand Rapids Machine Repair.
One of the guys up in
Our 3rd evening of racing. We had our street night for Thrilby Automotive Friday night. Nice turnout there. We had over 95 entries, street legal entries.
Put the forklift in. Shovel
Last night, I believe we were up over 190 entries, if I remember it correctly.
I said, how long's that for? Another couple of days.
Good turnout here. 4th annual bonfire
You
salute.
wonder why the thing's not melted.
And we got our bracket 1 final making their way up the lanes now.
From the tires and the...
Pro Trophy
You
round.
got the doors open on the shop?
Yeah, they do, all winter long. And he says the secret is, he says, no, when you light it, he says, you get the fire started at night. He says, this thing smokes so bad, he says, you see it in 2 counties. So he has to come at 1 o'clock in the morning. If he starts a new fire, lights the fire, and then lets it burn.
I got a junk pile on the back, must be good. First of all, there was a house across the road, it's back there. And I worked there. Everybody's in there after that. Burnt down there.
Dale got hurt in there.
You remember that? Hey, it's bad if I do some on practice.
Yeah.
So I run there, go down there, you gotta put a big down, put a good one. I hauled it all back there, but I don't have my back.
All right, we got our bracket 1 final racers here in the lanes.
50 yards. I looked at something.
Tom Whitaker taking on Brad Harris.
See, up in Huron County, 911 would have had 300 calls. Everybody from the county
700
would have felt they
wins,
had to
200
call.
winner out.
That's the tall field, you can see for miles and miles.
Yeah. And the dispatchers used to say, what's wrong with this town? People. Well, we're from Detroit, we're driving, we saw about 2 miles over from M53, there's a lot of smoke coming up. So, well, you're coming up from Detroit,
Yeah,
you
I'm
go to
just
Fort
really
Austin.
surprised.
Yeah, people burn brush,
Yeah, and
burn fields.
we burn bean fields, we burn ditches, we burn sheds.
You
And
say
then also,
Brad's hurt?
so that's, they got to the point where Chiefs don't
Yeah.
ever give any.
Tom doesn't know that he's hurt.
He
Tom
doesn't
doesn't know.
Just because
You can get a fire truck out here right away.
And he might not be hurt. I mean, he might. I've heard of people saying they're hurt and they go out there and actually run hard. You don't know.
Well, he had heart problems and stuff that was going on. And so I think it was because of heart disease. And then I thought it was hurt. And then
He might just give him a good race. It's extra 100 on the line.
Here
comes Stephen Brett.
Open house.
Yeah.
And they put a cage around it. Get some big.
Comes for us.
That was 2007.
Yeah.
And we left everything. But,
He was doing pretty good for a while. I mean,
Pro Trophy.
there was one house.
Yeah.
Let's have Pro Trophy quarterfinals. The staging lanes. Pro Trophy quarterfinals. Bring 'em up.
Next Saturday, the traffic temperature 3 degrees. Most of April, and he liked it. And then we died in 2 hours later. So that's what I was wondering.
Once again, RET Pro Trophy. Bring 'em
Not
up.
any message back in the last couple of weeks, but
Yeah, he was on our Facebook all the time.
nobody had said to me that they expected him to go.
You getting any notifications this is muted because of the music?
I know you said he talked about coming up here.
Coming up here
To
this
raise
year.
something, we must have looked at it.
Yeah. Yeah, he knew, he said last fall was, we just waiting. I said, when did you come up with this?
It could be that so far in the background that
And he had too much stuff going on, and he said, 2018, I said, let's make sure I get everything through with my doctor and everything.
Yeah, that's what I
Good to go.
figured.
I'll make it up for at least 1 or 2.
Of my niece
bracket one box. Here we go. Bracket one final. Saturday night bracket one finals on the line at Northern Michigan Dragway. We got the long and skinny and the door slammer ready to get things going here this afternoon. Up now in the Chevrolet, the rear engine dragster known as the Red Baron on the Basic Michigan. In your all automotive lane, Harris is going to dial up a 557. Across the street, your highest performance lane, the door slamming Tom Whitaker, 1968 Chevy Camaro from Muskegon. Big 555 cubic inch Chevrolet dials a 542 for the Canarian. Bracket one final Saturday night. And the dragster going 0-10 red. Tom Whitaker will take the win with the 0-2-3 reaction time, running a 5:45 and a 5:42. The dragster ran a 6:36. Brad Harris shut her down early. So Tom Whitaker is going to take the win in your bracket one Saturday night runoff here this Sunday afternoon.
And that was the first race in the 2018 $1 Million Race Series. Tom Whitaker takes the early lead in the $1 Million Series. Congratulations to the Whitaker team.
Brian, we got some new people out there. Let's give them a little explanation on the $1 Million Race Series, which is going to take place all year long here at Northern Michigan Dragway. So tell your racers to get up here.
Well, basically, it's a bracket one class. We did it last season, first time we've ever put together something like that. A big race down in Alabama happens, I believe, about the 4th weekend in November. October, right? Yep, we're October. Wouldn't be in deer season, or a lot of our guys wouldn't want to go. But basically, it's a huge race. It pays. It's called the $1 Million Race. If they get over 600 entries, it pays $1 million to win. Typically, they're about a third of that. Last year, paid $350,000 to win the race for one racer.
Wow!
So,
what a
but
day.
we sent one of our racers who won our series here at the track, home track racer Corey Mikas, and he represented us very well. He went down to the final 5 cars one night. His dad Steve went down to the final 9 cars in the Friday night $25,000 to win race. So it's a lot of fun. We're doing it again this year. As I said, Tom Whitaker, your early season points leader in the 2018 $1 Million Race. Pro Trophy quarters.
In a quarterfinal round for our Pro Trophy, Van Rensselaer Junior 88 Mustang and a Hemlock for Lakeshore Carpet. Human Motorsports named for Ray Photos down to 1047. 1047 on your all automotive lane with Don Heinzer. The 85 Camaro from Grand Rapids down to 763. Your highest performance lane. Ben Wenzel going red, 138. Win's going to go to Don Heinzer with a 131 reaction time. Don runs it up the big end, 760 on a 762. And Ben says, I'm just going to walk him down. I wasn't happy with that red light start. So Don Heinzer will be coming back into the next round.
Big red.
Dustin Cicero, 89 S10 pickup, Shorty Nuts Racing, Napa of Fancelona, and Cicero Motorsports out of East Jordan, Michigan. Cicero in your all automotive lane pickup with the dial of a 709, Jim Baker, 79, 828 from Michigan. In your highest performance lane for Dyer's Sawmill, B&C Bison Farm, and then Nataka Tavern. Oh, Jim Bacon, double. One red. In your highest performance lane, Dustin Cicero will take the win in the pickup, running a 779 as he shut her down early at the 102 reaction time.
Look at Bacon, dead 6, 001 ready,
Wow.
a 7th foul from a perfect run.
Bob Vandewater up now with the buy run, the 84 Dodge Dakota pickup for Anderson Horsepower and Steve Repair.
Nobody wants to race for us this out, is it? The red light, they shut it off. They got a buy run, they back it out.
They wouldn't be able to finish on that. Always.
So don't forget to get your Northern Michigan Dragway schedules. They're these neat little folded pocket business cards. It has the whole schedule. You can put it right in your wallet, and it's so easy to deal with. You can figure out what the next race is. Now, Bonfire Salute Weekend, of course, going on today. Our next race will be a points event, number 5, on Saturday, June 2nd. And then again, Saturday, June 9th. Then the big one, guys, the Granddaddy's going on, the Bow Tie Challenge. You know, and then I'll be followed in a couple weeks by Mopars Against the World, the Granddaddy and the Double Granddaddy. So the Bow
The
Tie,
Great Granddaddy,
the
yeah.
Great Granddaddy, the Bow Tie Challenge. That is June 21st, June 22nd, and June 23rd. Hundreds of cars and big money, and this track is packed for 3 full days as we race just about around the clock. And the Bow Tie Challenge, mark your calendars, get your campers and stuff here early for June 21st, June 22nd, and June 23rd, right here at Northern Michigan Dragway.
Or is somebody ready?
Just about ready. Bracket 2 ran 12 minutes ago.
Yeah, I know. Gail said, please, if you got any sympathy, give it 5.
Oh, yeah, I saw that on there.
What time is it? On your computer. 13 minutes ago.
Hot out there, or?
Yeah, it's actually
Yeah,
good.
it says it. I'll
be here in a minute, I'll get fresh.
Can't remember. Brian, who's number?
Do you remember that plain basket car?
Yeah.
It's got a little bit of wind, but it's, I mean, it's a dry wind.
I don't remember the number, but I remember the car.
He's got 50-50 on it, so that's what he's getting.
So who will have
We're
lane
gonna
choice?
wear out.
Rebecca, I know you've already done
Not
that.
for a little bit.
So we'll have just use his.
Dustin
Pretty
Cyril.
good, first time.
Justin? Okay.
Yeah,
Got it.
That's
Thank
good.
you.
it keeps them coming
If
back. for more.
class winners want to come up for photos, I believe Rebecca could probably get a photo for Tom Whitaker and for Jimmy Thomason.
Charlie, can you hear me? Brian, it looked like Brad lifted or that he went 6 something.
He went like 6:36 or
He red
something.
lighted, so
Yeah, I knew he red lighted, but he said he thought it was broke. That's what he was worried about.
What, I 81, so.
well, he did a nice split, so I'm sure he wasn't too worried.
I had 88 once.
Again, guys, we are on Facebook Live here as we get things going. So if you've got some friends who want them to check in, they can go to Northern Michigan Dragway and pop on the Facebook Live and get a nice view from the tower of the track and the pit area.
Good time racing.
I don't think so. Who picked it?
It's either
Does it say 18?
start at 2 and race for 2, or start at 7 and race all night for 2.
Let's do it.
Where's you gonna come?
Right, Norris.
No easy answer.
No. You qualifying one day, race the next.
Mark Smith lost at 8 cars, David.
It's no racing.
Yeah.
Still good slot.
To me, when you look out from this window, it looks like we have less people, but the thing is that there's 3/4 of them are on that side.
Well,
See
it's
all-
spread out heavily.
Yeah.
And plus, you got a lot of people
we
that.
used to pack everybody that we could on that side,
Well, plus you got a lot of people that have reserved spots here that haven't even been here this season.
I'll
right?
tell you one thing, we put the guardrail in down there, then we put that crowd control fence, that solved our problem about,
Having people down there?
yeah, they don't go there. That was what you call a clean room.
Attention to the pits, let's have our bracket 2 final round of the staging lanes now, please. Bracket 2 final. In 16 minutes, it's an awful long time.
Larry brought his trailer, but he never did.
Bush and they should both be ready.
Who's never got his car out today, did he?
No, not yet.
His car's still on the other side.
They, I just push his back together.
Who's racing us, Dale? Bob Bush.
Looks like they're working on him now, right there. Which one is ours?
The one next to him, or next to, Larry Lorenz there. Next to the red bike.
Somewhere must be driving there, huh? Door's still open.
Looks like Jarvis is gonna run the garage.
Is that, Mark?
That's Rich's.
Let's go ahead and have our juniors. First time trial of the day, juniors start making their way up to the staging lanes. Caliba meets mini juniors. Woodstar Forestry advanced juniors. Start bringing them up. After juniors, we'll go to our Pro Trophy semifinal. First, we're going to do a $1,200 final here in Absolute Auto Repair Bracket 2. Getting towed up to conserve some heat. Conserve some coolness, actually, is the way to put that.
Those guys out there, Maggie and Ryder saying about the money.
I never talked about it yet. Once again, we need our juniors for your first time trial today. Junior racers, bring them up for your first time trial.
To go through every tech card that was entered in bracket 1 and figure out and put them all in the $20 series.
16 of them yesterday though. Seventh round final or 8? 7.
Would have been able to get those 2 that show.
2 action right now with Bob Bushin and Dale Marlin in the final with the 75 Chevelle Towerside and all automotive laying down at 865. Dale Marlin 63 Ford Falcon out of Bear Lake down at 590 in your High-Gis Performance lane.
$1,200 for the winner of this race, $300 runner-up. This is your Bonfire Salute Saturday night. Bracket 2, final round for Absolute Auto Repair.
Dale Marlin 028, Bob Bushin 066. Here we go, door to door. Big money wins going to Dale Marlin 63 Ford Falcon out of Bear Lake. Running a 595 on a 590, 028 reaction time. Bob Bushin running 868 on an 865 with a 066 line at 78 miles an hour.
2 wins in a row here in bracket 2. I would assume that makes him, by a pretty good shot, the points leader in bracket 2, Dale Marlin. 2 wins in a row, points event 2 and points event 3. And go for 3 in a row today.
Looks like we got our juniors coming up here for their test and tune for Sunday. Again, slow and safe in the pit area. Drivers, make sure before you move your cars, you do a walk around, a safety check. Check the tools. One thing we often find on late nights after the races or the next day is some really nice Craftsman tools. It's usually right around the 8-mile mark. So check the tools, check for safety. And make sure you have, if you need somebody to spot you, to back it out, ask your neighbor to spot so you can back out safely.
All right, we're ready for some juniors. Send us some out here. Maybe the mini juniors if they're ready.
Trophy after that.
Yeah.
Concession stands are open on the west side of the track. The concession stand with ice cream cones, and ice cream sundaes. Over here at the base of the tower, concession stand is the Shade Ice plushes. Snow cones, and you can come on over, they'll get them for you, and 5 flavors. We'll go to test and tune for our juniors.
Juniors right now, first pair. I know.
Lexi Sanford, Towerside at 289 reaction time running 1194. Jesse Bursinger and the High-Gis Lane at 083 reaction and 1390 DT.
was the older of the driver. Hey, yeah. Just so I gotta get that out of there.
Oh, wow. Where was that sitting at? Was that up at the top?
That was over there. Over there in the towel all the time. See the towel? You're blind, huh?
No kid. Spent a lot of time up there.
When I first went there, the roughhead cave down. I had to start some fighters.
You got a lot of fighters. The old asphalt equipment. What did the people do? Did they work there and they just left it? That roller was sitting back there and the layer and the...
Oh.
Yeah.
How you doing?
That side, I believe.
And a ditch in the back. How the hell got into the ditch and went not flying into the weeds? Flying back in the weeds. Remember we were back there and come back up. We've been sitting back there, Jesus Christ, for 10 rounds. God damn it, who was that? They went flying off over here, actually, to the right side. And they never should have been back that far because it wasn't that fast at the time.
Probably 2 cars ran off the end of the track there, trying to find it.
Yeah.
There's the one guy, Stark between Stan. He went out there and got 6 or 7 times one day. Of course, that 10-year-old drive story, but somebody fell back to the line or something. He brakes out, brakes a little bit, walked back out there, off the other side. He wouldn't think about going this one halfway. That went off the other way.
Somebody had to paint that.
Our Saturday Night Pro Trophy semifinal.
I think when I started with, I don't know, it was 55 cars. Not too long after that, we did a couple of tell you what,
Let's go. We need our Pro Trophy racers. Pro Trophy semi-final round of the state championship. Three racers remain. Dustin Cesaro will have the bye run. trophy time trial session. Street trophy badge will be up here every 3 to 5 minutes.
See what's gonna happen.
801 left side, good run, 81.81 miles per hour. 807 right side at 80 miles per hour.
You know, I've got, if you ever want a band, I got a Chris, of course I heard it. There's an AC/DC tribute band that is remarkable out of Grand Rapids. They're one of the best in the country. I hired them for Autumn Fest. They usually don't travel across the state. They said, we like anything around the Grant, but you just play the east side or the west side of Michigan.
All right, once again, attention to pits. We are making the call right now for first time trial for Lavka Heating and Cooling Street Trophy for Sunday. Lavka Heating and Cooling Street Trophy. Come on up for your first time trial. Meet Don Heinzer.
Tell him to get out there.
Sir, got all 3 of them.
How do you sound?
Ready for the street or pro trophy, right?
I've got one junior. Toys to trying to take a time run.
Howard, what's up right now?
Street trophy. Pro trophy semifinal, then street trophy.
Pro trophy semifinal, then street trophy time trial. Does that junior need a time run?
Yes. Cody, you didn't hear the call.
Please tell him to pull into the burn box.
Yeah, he's just getting buckled in.
They said they can't hear anything back there. I'm not calling it 4 kids, so you can never hear anything.
Probably could have ran that pro trophy the time it's taking to get ready.
Ready, Tyler. I don't know what to say. I'm waiting on the junior to run the time trial.
go into our semi-final round pro trophy for RET, Racing Engine Technologies.
Turned into basically quite an industry. So there's one of our advanced junior dragsters, 798 ET, and these juniors heading down to 80 miles an hour. Some of these bracket cars don't even go that fast.
Most of them don't, actually.
You ever talk about doing a big person junior dragster? Somebody's talking about that. That'd be kind of fun, but maybe not.
I don't know.
Just get a big boy or big girl car.
What's the losers get this round? Or semi-finalists? 75.
Okay, going into the semi-final rounds. Losers this round will get $75 from Saturday night.
Cadillac 84 Dodge Dakota. Left lane for Anderson Horsepower, Steve's Repair. 862 dial-in, Don Heinzer, Grand Rapids, Minnesota. In his second final in 2 weeks. He was the runner-up last Saturday night, points event number 2. Here he is in the final round, Bonfire Salute, points event number 3. 85 Camaro, dials in with a 759. So we'll see if he's looking California or feeling Minnesota.
Drivers into the tree. Here we go, back into the racing action. Rob Vandewater 077. Tower side to go to pickups, got the better ball. Don Heinzer with a 113. Door to door we go. Don Heinzer running a 761 and a 51 as Rob Vandewater got there first with a breakout running an 859 on an 862 dial.
Yes.
All right.
Starting time trials.
Okay, that's
This is Street Trophy time.
So Dustin Cicero coming up with the Byron 89 S10 pickup. We'll head to the final on the ready. Down to 709 for Napa Barcelona. And Cicero Motorsports.
Over on the other side.
Cicero in the Napa pickup 094 reaction time. 709 is the dial. Dustin's going to run a 705 at 99
There's no
miles an
trophy for
hour.
bracket 2.
So all the drivers are just the last pair running a little bit quicker than the dial. Every one of them. Every one of them running quick. Hey, don't forget, if you're stocking up ready to get some meat for the weekend, Caliba Meats right here at Caliba. Also the sponsors of our junior division. Caliba Meats, you can't beat Caliba Meats.
Yeah, Street Trophy class. Last call.
Last call for Street Trophy Test and Tune. Street Trophy Test and Tune, last call to the staging lanes.
I got one coming up down by me for Street Trophy. On the ET. Street Trophy Test and Tune up right now. Last call.
How if it slipped off or?
Kevin
I
Stojkovic.
just saved it. Thank you.
Lots of points though.
No loss out on the Highest Performance Lane.
That was 35 there.
All Automotive Lane, the 221 light. Highest Lane, the 099.
I'll take a check there.
Yeah, so I moved up to fourth, I think, third or fourth.
And the Highest Lane runs an 816 ET.
I think I'm
All Automotive Lane, a
third or fourth.
916.
And I'll do them when we're done with the
I'll
yeah,
pour it, I'll pour it.
couple points in.
Guys in Mark, women aren't. They get exactly stellar numbers.
Yeah.
He had a real good shot.
So, I mean, all three today. So, Franklin won yesterday, did the same damn thing, staged up against Roy Barron. And I went red bad. I'm like, what am I at $1,000? Yeah. That 1044 here, we get my social security number. No, I got the big check. I said I'm gonna get the big check, and I got a big check. Today's new day. Okay.
Street Trophy Test and Tune for Sunday.
That's fine, yeah. Before we leave or tomorrow, or whatever, I don't care. We're gonna
On the track at this time, all Automotive, 134 light.
My car won't fly.
Sebula, 327 in your Highest Lane. Tower Side, 953 ET at 72 miles an hour. Highest Performance, 1051 at 71 miles an hour.
Two lights. And for that against it. I bet you a 213 degree on the left side.
Alley Van Noller, 2003 Sunfire. Now you're all Automotive Lane. Panhandle, 2010 Camaro.
My dad.
In the Highest Performance Lane, Tower Side, 246. Off the tree, and Alley's going to run at 1088 at 66 miles an hour. Panhandle, 076 light with a 941 ET at 82 miles an hour. See ya. Russ Culver, and then Ford pickup, 166 reaction, with a 1066 at 69. Nancy Vandervest, 85 Camaro, 861 at 82 miles an hour. That 40 Jerry is beautiful. That is really tempting. That is gorgeous. That's like going to Mackinac Island this morning.
Yeah.
Beautiful old cottages. And,
It's probably XX44. I think that's X44.
X44.
I would guess, but I don't know. X44 Army for now. I know what
yeah, the Tower Side runs a 570.
it is. Or it might be
Reaction
like-
time, 570 on the tree, 1074 ET. Highest Lane at a 216 light.
I think he can be it. It's like, I don't think they have a car. Because I was down there, I didn't hear it.
You working good straight there?
Ron Carpenter on the Chevelle, 117 reaction. Carpenter runs an 838, 86 miles an hour. Devin Brink, 359 on the tree with 1160 AT.
Well, that worked out well for you then.
Yes, very well. No, that was
they've had to use 51 gallons of alcohol for that. Is that comparable to what that other stuff costs us?
I don't have to really sit down and look at it. I never paid attention to it really as far as how much they bought.
Wayne figured it out. He thought it might be cheaper. But I don't know. Maybe 700 for a barrel.
And the Stingray Townerside 220 reaction like a 943, 700 miles an hour. Ice Lane 008 red with a 951 elapsed time, 71 miles per hour. Rob Vandewater Dodge pickup, test and tune street trophy. Dave Stirrup in the 72 Olds Cutlass.
It's 2009 here.
And one of my buddies says, "Hey, you're by the Little River Casino today, aren't you?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "You know how to win a little money over there?" I said, "No, how?" He said, "Spend a lot."
Oh,
I
yeah.
said, "Yeah, that's a
2009
good
on
one."
there.
I should have known better. I knew who it was coming from. And that's a guy that's won money at the casino, too.
Yeah.
Melissa Salancic, 75 Skyhawk. Parker Cicero in the pickup. Number sign for Melissa,
Part of the
2281.
right, isn't it?
72 miles an hour, with a 118 reaction time.
Yeah, hesitate to mess with it.
Emily Fluid.
I'm going to bracket 2 because that'll take about a half hour.
I guess we'll take a break with an 826 ET.
What was that, Trey?
I'll pay by the Ford link. Yes, Daddy.
They're all going in the power line in the last.
You didn't get a picture of Tom Whitaker, did you?
No, Bushman said he and John want to come up tonight for a picture.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why they were racing different classes. They just know that they were associated with them anyway. But
Both from Muskegon.
Art Canfield out of Traverse City, 72 Chevelle. Car with an 045 reaction time. And that classic bow tie running at 839, 81 miles an hour. I like that green. I like seeing that old throwback green from the 70s. With the Hoosier slicks on it. Here's Leanna Price, 2002 Grand Am.
Last call, anybody in Street Trophy that did get a time trial. If you did not get a time trial and you were in Street Trophy, last call for your first time trial session.
Leanna Pierce with an 048 reaction time running at 1061 ET at 67 miles per hour. Hey. Do I need to move?
no, I need a fun sweater.
How's it going?
Just have a couple, but
Good. One here somewhere. I think we used Brian's hand.
Hey, Brian.
Yeah.
There's 16 down bags.
Okay.
Give that to the Pro Trophy winner tonight.
Okay, cool. Pop those loose.
Cool.
What's
And
the
then
sign?
there's Powers stumps in there.
Okay. Do you need a receipt on this?
Rebecca can email it to me later.
Okay. It's for
I-
the-
yes,
I
I'm
don't
making
need one.
myself a note because I
Okay.
forgot. I'm sorry.
So just
I'll get it
that
from
one
you,
for the Pro
sir.
Trophy winner. Then.
Yeah, if you want.
Okay, cool.
Or whoever you want to give it to.
Oh, if you said Pro Trophy, okay, Pro Trophy.
Well, that's the one I usually race in.
There you go.
Do you manufacture that, or really? Did you ever run into a guy named Bob Easterbrook?
I run into someone.
He's well, Bob's got a big somewhere hidden around here by Traverse City. He's got a big deer ranch.
Okay.
acres he's got in it. I think it's at least 200 acres of about 13-foot fence around it. He owns a big factory in Warren. Bob's a real good friend of mine, Bob Senior and Bob Junior. He owns Eastern Petrie. He was president of Cigar Club International worldwide. And we always
Let's
tell
have
him
our
he's got-
pro trophy final round at the stage lanes, please.
Dennis Dobson's another one over by, well, Dennis lives by me. He's got a big deer ranch, a big trophy.
We got a company on big deer trophy place.
Don Heinzer and Dustin.
Yeah.
And then I don't know what happened, but they sold it out or something.
With Dennis, I'm surprised. I said, what are you doing with your ranch? And he's got his ranch north, I think he's north of Alpena. And he said, well, right now, he said, not for most of the deer ranches. He says, I'm just raising the deer. He says, I'm doing full herd management. He said, we're getting $10,000 to $20,000 a year.
That's crazy. I mean, we have people paid.
Yeah. He said, we get $50,000 for one.
Something.
$50,000.
Probably sold it to another breeder.
Yeah. And I forgot what they said they paid for
From somewhere.
one buck or the buck or the doe. He was showing me that they bought for
Somebody
free.
reported.
They paid like
Somebody
$600,000.
somewhere.
I said, that's insane. He said, I got my
Ferndale.
money back in 2 months.
Just on
Keeper.
offspring.
Yeah.
Keeper.
You got your money back in 2 months. He said, this is like horses. I mean, beyond horses.
Make it out.
You know, because
John.
you don't need a barn and everything else to raise a horse and race.
But even the
Unbelievable.
label, he has to pay for testing and all
Yeah, always.
from the DNR because all the seed.
He does the
Right.
whole lab. I mean, he built this whole thing. This is the guy that started out with the bug spraying, local bug spraying business, and then he started showing it to me. Remarkable,
Hey, John.
remarkable. The people that
Says
are showing
Funky
it.
J, J-O-H-N Keeper. John
All
Keeper.
the country music stars that he's had on in the last year and a half. He just had Kix Brooks, and Brooks and Dunn, and then he had Bradley Gilbert. Who's the popular blonde? I didn't even.
All right, once again, we need our pro trophy final last call, please.
That was Miranda Lambert. I can't remember.
And for
I mean,
Saturday,
those people- I said, I didn't even
we're all wrapped up after this race. We'll need our Sunday bracket 2 racers starting right up the lanes. We need pro trophy last call, and we'll keep going in with our bracket 2 time trials.
And one of his buddies, he called me up. This was a guy that's been a long-time member of Congress. And he said, Bob, make sure you get me a truck. Because I'm going to drive all fine to Detroit and I'll drive up to Traverse City. We'll hunt. I said, what do you need? He said, well, I really want to get find me a good deal in Detroit on a 4-wheel drive loaded diesel pickup.
So Dustin has lane choice?
Everything they got.
Yes. And Don's
Bob
here.
says, okay, you know, probably talking. Might be 90.
400 to win, 150 runner up.
So Bob got the pickup. The guy flew in.
I got a guy come up there.
Drove up to the ranch. And then he flew somehow. I think he flew out of Traverse City and left the pickup there. Bob said, aren't you going to take it to California? He said, I'm not driving that all the way to California. He said, what did you do with the pickup? He said, setting up the hunting ranch. Yeah.
By the pickup.
He said he drove it from Detroit to the hunting lodge. It just, yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing.
Dustin Cicero and Donald Heinzer.
Really?
Do you want to give the pops for this final right now, or for the one tonight?
If you want to.
What's up, dude?
Another day.
Want to do it for now? Okay. All right, we got Pops Loose Moose on the line in addition to $400. What pound bag is that? 16 pound bag.
You know what, Brian, I'll tell you what, that Pops Loose Moose does a lot of things. I got a little fibromyalgia, and I'll tell you what, it's helped me a lot. I rub it on my shoulder at night. My ears are a little harder, but the pain in my shoulders are gone.
Well, you just do that with your Pops Loose Moose. I'll keep taking top 5s in buck contests. That's my favorite.
Hey, it's popular all over here.
Actually, that buck I got last year, there's a lot of big ones going around. I think a lot of people are using that. That buck I got last year, I couldn't believe it didn't go top 10. Number 11 in the county.
Deer management and Pops Loose Moose and everything.
Yep, we're getting some big bucks around here.
A lot of big deer.
Speaking of big bucks,
We got big bucks. Now, there we go. Big bucks.
Racing Engine Technologies Pro Trophy, final round, $400 to win, and 150 runner-up. We have Donald Heinzer, Grand Rapids, Minnesota. 85 Camaro, down in with a 759. Take on Dustin Cesaro, East Jordan, 89 Chevy S10 for Shorty Numbers Racing. Napa and Mansalona, that's the Polar Equator Napa. And Cesaro Motorsports, 705 his dial. Better bulb going to Heinzer. 029 to 077, he's got 500s. Finish line, it's going to be Don Heinzer. 761 on the 759, 29 thou margin of victory.
You're not on the stereo.
So he got the $400 along with the Pops Loose Moose. Congratulations to the Heinzer race team, Ragged Edges Racing. And that will wrap up our live video as we go into our Sunday race. Maybe we'll try to get some more live video going later on for you. But we got about 10 hours of racing to go starting right now with our Sunday time trials. If you're within a reasonable driving range, come on out and see us for the night number 2 racing action here at the 4th annual Bonfire Salute. And we're going into some bracket 2 time trials right now.